Chapter 6: Immortal Personalities. The revolt of 1857 created a new awakening among the people of India. Though the revolt was a failure, but it gave a strong lesson to Indians. Now they knew about their shortcomings. Many reformers such as Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Swami Vivekanand, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, Swami Dayanand Saraswati, and many others worked very hard to eradicate social evils. They strongly protested against sati, killing female babies, child marriages, and the caste system. They promoted remarriage of widows and upliftment of women. Indian National Congress. Educated Indians realized that the English wanted to keep India poor and backward. This realization made them united. To attain a greater share in the governmental machinery for the educated Indians, the Indian National Congress was found in 1885. It was founded by A.O. Hume. W.C. Banerjee was the first president of the Indian National Congress. More to know. A.O. Hume was a civil servant who worked in British India. He was one of the founders of the Indian National Congress. Soon the Congress became very strong and popular. Early leaders of the Congress were known as the moderates. These leaders believed in patience and non-violence. They believed in the polite request for reforms from the British. There was another group within the Congress. They were called radicals. They believed in the strong actions against the British. They were in favor of strikes and boycotts. Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, Lala Lajpat Rai, called Lal Bal Pal, were some of the popular radical leaders. More to know. It was Bal Gangadhar Tilak who said, "Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it." Swadeshi and boycott movement. In this movement, people were asked to boycott all British goods and use only Indian or Swadeshi goods. Huge bonfires were made in which foreign goods were burned. British tried to suppress it, but in vain. This movement was a huge success. The revolutionaries. In this period, another group of young Indians emerged, the revolutionaries. They believed in the policy of tit for tat. They believed British could be driven out of India only through force. Some of the revolutionaries were Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, Chandrasekhar Azad, Ram Prasad Bismil, Ashfaqullah, and Khudiram Bose. Arrival of Mahatma Gandhi. In 1915, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi returned to India from South Africa. In South Africa also, he fought against the racist policies of white rulers. His method of fighting was known as Satyagraha, based on truth and non-violence. He started Satyagraha in India also. He asked people to unite and fight against the British. Jallianwala Bagh Massacre. On 13th April 1919, a public meeting was being held at Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar. This park had only one entrance. General Dyer entered the park with his troops and closed the only entrance of the park. He commanded his troops to fire at the gathering. This fire lasted for 10 minutes, killing hundreds of men, women, and children. This was the worst incident of British rule. Non-cooperation movement. After Jallianwala Bagh incident, Gandhiji called for non-cooperation movement in 1920. People were asked not to cooperate with the British government. During this movement, many other leaders like Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Sarojini Naidu, C. Rajagopalachari, Maulana Azad, and Jawaharlal Nehru participated. But this movement was immediately stopped by Gandhiji when some people in Chauri Chaura set fire to a police station. In this incident, 22 policemen died. Simon Commission. In 1927, the British government appointed a commission to look into the problems of the people of India. There was no Indian in the commission. Congress decided to boycott it. Indians protested against the commission by carrying out black flag in their hands with the slogan of Simon Go Back. In one of such demonstrations, Lala Lajpat Rai was badly injured and later on died due to injuries. A new group of revolutionaries became active in this period, like Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, Sukhdev, Chandrasekhar Azad, B.K. Dutt and many more. Civil Disobedience Movement. In 1929, Congress demanded Purna Swaraj, complete independence from the British. Civil Disobedience Movement was started under the leadership of Gandhiji. Gandhiji started this movement with Dandi March. He and his followers walked from the Sabarmati Ashram in Ahmedabad to Dandi near Surat. Gandhiji openly defied the British and made salt. Indians were not allowed to make salt. It was one of the most significant movements of India's freedom, Indian National Army. During this period, one more popular leader of India emerged. His name was Subhash Chandra Bose. He organized Indian National Army with the help of Japan. He gave many slogans like Jai Hind, Dilli Chalo, and Give me blood and I will give you freedom. India becomes free. After the Second World War, the British accepted the fact that they could no longer rule over India. On the 15th of August 1947, India finally got its freedom. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru became its first Prime Minister and Dr. Rajendra Prasad the first President of India. However, we had to pay heavy price for this freedom as India was divided into two nations, India and Pakistan. Now we have completed 70 years of independence and developing as a strong nation. Now I know. Reformers such as Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Dayanand Saraswati and Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar worked for the social and religious reforms. Indian National Congress was formed in 1885. Mahatma Gandhi believed in courage, truth and non-violence. The Swadeshi and boycott movement were launched in protest against the partition of Bengal. In 1920, Mahatma Gandhi started the non-cooperation movement. The Indians boycotted the Simon Commission. Lala Lajpat Rai died during one such demonstration. Gandhiji asked the people to do or die during the Quit India movement. India became free on the 15th of August 1947. Jawaharlal Nehru was the first Prime Minister of India.